Hey guys, this is Eric Broadus back again with another video. And today's video, I want to title this one Diversity Training in the Military by Hands-on Experience. And when I think about diversity training, most of the time, myself and probably others included, we often think about taking some form of class where it introduces us to different cultures and people from different backgrounds, you know. And the key thing that I emphasize with the military that's different in terms of diversity training. Yes, in the military we do have classes and things that teach us, classes that teach us about other people's way of living and individuals from different ethnic and socioeconomic backgrounds. But I would say the one unique thing about serving in the armed forces is that you literally get on-hand experience, or literally on-the-job training in terms of diversity. And one of the other key details in the armed forces is that the military, often many experiences, they will occur instantaneously. One good example, if I refer to diversity training, I would look at going from being a civilian and then immediately upon entering basic military training, instantly you are thrust in with individuals from different socioeconomic backgrounds, different racial and ethnic groups. And you have a wealth of individuals with different experiences that were raised different from you. And even if individuals from, say, different cities around the United States, and some, if they're even foreigners from different parts of the world. So I think that aspect is very unique with the United States military, where the experience, it happens just instantly. You know, like within a blink of an eye. And that's a rapid change and a rapid adjustment. For myself, when I had went through basic training, here I am, you know, out of 50 guys, I got 49 other guys that, you know, I'm housed up with, you know, in these barracks. And these individuals are from different backgrounds. You know, some were from, you know, smaller towns, or some, you know what I'm saying, from more rural environments. And there were some from big cities, to be honest with you. I'm from New York City, and from what I remember going through basic training, I don't remember there being too many people from New York City that was in my basic training with me. You know, there were some guys obviously from the East Coast, but I met these different guys, you know, some, I mean, from Nebraska, Iowa, from Philly, you know, Jersey, I mean, from California, I mean, different parts of the West Coast, you know. So I was instantly thrust in to deal with or introduced to diversity, you know, through head-on experience. And it's an experience like no other because it's immediate. And then what the military does is they take all these different individuals from different parts of the country, and they utilize different scenarios to get us to think as one and to mesh together, you know, which is it's actually unique. And it's actually, in some ways it's kind of complex, but it's amazing to be able to do that, you know, with individuals because no two individuals have the same way of thinking. We all think differently. So now you're bringing these individuals from different parts of the country, and they're also from different social classes and different ethnic backgrounds, and you're bringing them together to bring all these individual mindsets and have them think as one. Now, the genius in this is, what I will say is that even though as individuals, the key with diversity is that is to find the common denominator. You know, all human beings, you know, have the same basic needs, regardless of how we were raised, what our social class is, you know, whatever social engineering that we've all undergone. Our basic needs are the same. We need food, we need shelter, We definitely are going to need water. We're going to need rest, and ultimately, we all need a sense of belonging, or if you want to say a need to belong to something or to be loved. The basic needs. And so in my opinion, I feel that the United States Armed Forces is one of the best places and did an ingenious job in terms of applying a strategy, or if you want to use the military is a good place to use as, maybe, I don't like to say guinea pigs, but if you want to use psychological testing, your military would be an excellent example, because the military is a representation of the overall. It's a small sample size of the civilian population, and so the military is the one place where you can kind of take a small sample size. You can put them in like a test facility and put them in a pseudo environment and see exactly how the individuals will respond, kind of in a way like lab rats, and see what they will respond and see what the actual outcome and result is. And the amazing part about it is that in a short time in basic training, the armed forces they were able to bring all these different individuals together and cause them to form as one. Now, in this particular environment, obviously, we're all forced together, and we cannot move forward, unless we all succeed. So the group as a whole, has to succeed. Individual success basically means nothing. So they kind of, I guess, reward and punishment is one avenue that they use to help individuals that are different to find a common denominator and to get us to think as one, so we can move forward and look past our differences. Now, obviously, people being people, depending on how we were raised, and also depend on us as individuals, how we internalize things. We're always going to have our own individual biases, but I do believe that diversity training does help, because what it does do, and what I found, even just like I said, in the military, basic training alone, it tore down a lot of walls, and it tore down faulty belief systems. Many times people that are different from ourselves, if we are segregated or separated from them, and we've never really, I'm talking about deep down, saying interacted with them, we really sometimes we make prejudgments, or we go by what we've heard, or we stereotype, saying others. But what I found in basic training, the key thing with diversity is that people are people, no matter where you go. And I've been to 21 different countries throughout my entire time serving in the military. So I've lived abroad at least about 14 and a half, maybe 15 years. And I found people, you're going to find the same personality types, no matter where you go, whether you're in the States, whether you're in Europe, whether you're in the Middle East, Asia, it doesn't matter. You'll find same personality types, even though you may be in different social structures, or say maybe different environments. So an environment does play a role, but in saying that, going into these different environments and interacting with different people from different parts of the world, or even different parts of the states, what it did, it broadened my horizon, and it opened my perspective, and I was able to share, my views with different individuals, as well as they were able to share theirs. And the difference with diversity training in the military, and this is why I say hands-on experience, is because it is immediate, impact, and it's direct, direct interaction. It's more than just, say, on a job on the civilian side. There's very few jobs on the civilian side where you're going to get that type of interaction like that, because for most of us, we're going to go to whatever our 9 to 5s. We have our schedule, we punch our card in, and then after that we return back to our primary domicile, or our actual environment, once we get off work. Whereas the military, it's different. The military, you are once you swear in and you sign that contract, you are on duty 24 hours a day. So there's certain codes of conduct, and you are also you're integrated. What I'm saying, with these individuals pretty much. For the most part, you're integrated even off duty. You're integrated, so it's kind of different. Once you leave basic training, you're going to wind up being roommates with many of these people, and you're going to be roommates, what I'm saying, with people that are from different races, ethnic backgrounds. So you get a chance to actually kind of live with these people. When I say these people, please, I apologize if I'm offending, but I'm just using it as an example. You get to live with other individuals that are different from yourself, and you get to find that when it's all said and done, that we're all the same, regardless of what we look like on the outside, or regardless of how many different languages we speak, what dialect, no matter what different part of the country we come from. Basically we are, all the same, and we have more in common than we do differences. Key thing with diversity training in the military, with hands-on experience, is even having to lead and manage individuals or subordinates, that are different. You have these diversity of different personalities, and they're from different backgrounds with different belief systems, and you have to learn and develop the skills and be flexible in dealing with these individuals. But the key thing is that what happens over time, and you have to adjust quickly in the military, is that you begin to stop seeing so much, at least I know I did, you stop seeing so much race and color and ethnic background. All you see is just a person. When was in that uniform, and how I see it, it's like I see an individual. I don't see necessarily a white person, black person, a Latino person, whatever you want to call it. I see an individual, a fellow service member, or a comrade, to include even working with the guys from other branches of service, working with different civilians. So it did tear down a lot of walls, and working with these guys, as team members, it really does make a big difference. But it gives you direct exposure to others that are different from yourself, and from that you learn, and you definitely grow. And what I've gained through the diversity experiences that I've had in the military, they are irreplaceable. They have helped me out irreparably, and they have caused my perspective over time to change, and I have grown tremendously from that. And I don't see the world or people the same way, and I believe that's true for a lot of individuals that serve in the armed forces, especially if we've had the opportunity to serve abroad. I believe our perspective changes, and having the opportunity to mature while I was in there, it definitely changed things, and I don't see things the same. What I've noticed, I would say, on the outside, I think things are more separated, I would say, by probably socioeconomic status and stuff like that. There's more. I would say there's definitely more division and barriers on the outside, whereas in the military, you kind of thrown together. Now, granted, probably the lines that you have in the military would be no fraternization in terms of rank with officers and enlisted, and then even with amongst the enlisted officers, there are definitely certain strata lines. So I would say that probably might be the biggest difference. But other than that, you learn to kind of see things more, what I'm saying, as one. Like I said, as people, we're gonna have our own individual perspectives, but it does change, because now you are directly interacting with individuals that, had I not went in, I would have never lived with or worked with, that closely, and learned and grown, and also people that I have come to depend and rely upon, and likewise they also me. But I don't want to belabor on this video. I know this has been going about almost 14 minutes and change, but the name of this video again is called Diversity Training in the Military by Hands-on Experience. And I say it again, there are very few organizations that you're going to be able to work and grow with where you gain such a sense of camaraderie, and you just mesh together saying as one, and also and for it to happen so quickly. But it's definitely had a great impact. And diversity training, I definitely recommended that all should have some diversity training, so that you can tear down the walls and get to learn something different about somebody else or even their culture. We all have something to contribute. That's the beauty of having diversity. Each of us is unique, and so are our cultures. But if we can learn and grow, and learn about each other, we all as a society can benefit. But that's all I have. Again, name of this video: Diversity Training in the Military by Hands-On Experience. And I thank you guys for watching, and thank you for allowing me to share. And please like the video, unlike the video. Please share the video. Please subscribe to my channel, Eric Brothers YouTube. And yes, leave your comments. I'd love to hear from you. And those that are subscribed already, please tap the bell for future videos and podcasts. And continue to subscribe and share my channel. Thanks, guys, for listening and watching the video. I will see you on the next one. Have a great evening.